really got to get a different method of doing this.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. They know we don't know much about this stuff. Watch the aloe at your back.
Oh, hi, Ella. Hello, everybody.
Hello, good morning. Yes, I know it's been a while, but we've been busy. We got so many things to talk about, so many updates. I guess, let's start off with the obvious. Day by day, little by little, Moon has been doing better.
Very much so. I'm getting there slowly, but it's still one day at a time, but we're getting there.
I'm sure a lot of it has to do with all the wonderful healing blessings and good messages that we've gotten from all of you who have supported us in this trying time. Also, before we get started in today's topic, Moon and I would like to, from the bottom of our hearts, thank everybody that helped us in supporting us during our crisis. We were able to take care of the things that needed to be taken care of. It kept us from drowning, and we really, appreciate it. Seems so minimal compared to what every one of you gave and went above and beyond to help Moon and I out, and we really thank you for that.
Yes.
Okay,
well, the day has finally come. The moment you all have been waiting for. We're getting herbs with Moon. This is going to be our first ever, or my first ever segment. So just going to go into a little bit of the introduction. We're going to go ahead and go out to the garden with the herbs that I've got growing. We'll go ahead and harvest them. I'll show you how to dry them. May even get into how to press some of them. And how to store them. So let's go ahead and head on out to the garden. And we'll get started on that, and then we'll come back in here and we'll go over a few other things and discuss all that. And so I hope you all stay with us, and I'm actually kind of looking forward to doing this.
Okay, let's head out to the garden. Come on.
Let's go ahead and... Okay, hello everybody again. Whoa. Tip is doing the camera duties so that I can focus on this. Now, I've got my basket, and I do have shears that I use. They're rusty. But a lot of people use a white-handled knife with a curve to it called a bowling. That's all fine and dandy. Whatever works for you. I just haven't made it to purchasing one yet. And as small as these herbs are on their stems, it's kind of pointless to do so. Oh, hello. Sorry, spider. He's not hurting nothing. He's just looking for a place to hibernate for the winter. All right, we're going to go ahead and start with the oregano here. It's almost starting to flower, which is not that big of a deal. So we're going to go ahead and take quite a bit of this out, just because of the fact that winter's coming, so we gotta winterize anyway, and I really don't want too much more growth going on down here. Whoa! All right, hold up. Whew. Okay, I think I'm stable now. Yeah, don't respond to that, please. Okay, let's go ahead and just take it. We're not gonna take it all the way down to the ground, because we do want it to come back next year, which, this being Maine, I'm not sure if that's going to happen or not. We will be covering everything this winter with some straw or this fall after we get the last harvest. with some straw just to try and insulate it, and I'm hoping with the tires that it'll all keep the heat in so that the roots don't die out from the cold. But warmer climates, you should have them back year after year. But all right, move on. Okay, so now we're gonna come and do the sage along with culinary. Most of you know culinary aspects, but also smudge sticks are great for it. And again, this is one that does come back every year as well. Again, we're just gonna take down here at the main stalk, trim it all down. We'll separate them later. All right. Okay. And chamomile. All right. You can go ahead and pause if you want. Okay, the chamomile is great for teas, for it's kind of growing everywhere. Has a mind of its own. But it's great for teas, for relaxing, helping with sleep, anxiety issues. Also makes a good massage oil. We'll go into that in a little later. Now to the lemon balm. And believe it or not, it actually does smell like lemon. I actually love this. It makes a great addition to teas with the chamomile, lavender, and a lot of herbs. It gives it a lemony flavor to it. This is the first year I've grown lemon balm, but I figured I'd experiment with it, along with keeping a lot of harmful insects out of your garden. It also attracts bees, which all of us know. Bees are pertinent to gardening. I've also got bee balm here, which I probably should not have grown with the lemon balm. The lemon balm seems to be choking it out a little bit. And I'm not going to harvest any of this because really the leaves aren't what you want. You actually want the flowers. But I did not get any flowers this year, so hopefully next year we will have flowers on it. But whether it comes back or not, remains to be seen. Okay, our basket full of herbs. And we'll go inside and I'll show you how to hang them for drying, and then the dried ones I have that have been hanging a while and are completely dry, we'll go ahead and store them, and we'll go over a little more information for you. Okay, back inside. Okay. Whoa.
Go ahead.
All right. Now I do have my string up here. You can tie these in bunches, but since I took the whole stems this time, another way I like to do it is to just take them, I'll do this with the lemon balm, and put like 3 stalks together. You want to make sure you've got enough space in between. You don't want them too bunched up, because you do need air to get into them. Now let's take them down real quick.
Got a string stuck.
Yeah, I see that. Oh, I tied it on there.
Here, well.
There we go. And same with all of them, since I do have the big stalks. Just kind of a few of them together. I don't have them too tightly bunched up. And I'll show you why that is in a moment. So we're going to go ahead and get the rest of these hung real quick. Okay, that's not going to hold more than one. These stalks are thicker, so one clothespin's only going to hold one. And make sure you do this in the most ventilated and dry area you can. You don't want a lot of moisture, especially in humid climates. Okay, go ahead. Okay, we're gonna come over here to the other side as soon as Tip's done showing off his wonderful carpentry on my cabinet, which, yes, he did do an amazing job on it.
You can't tell now with all her stuff everywhere.
Oh, you know what?
Oh my God! Hang on, let me get this stool.
No, I need you to focus in on these real quick. Now, I don't know if you can see it,
Hey,
but
come over here in the light, honey. We're gonna have to get this room a little lighter. Come right over here in the light.
Okay, can we see that?
Maybe outside. Hold up.
All right.
Come outside here.
Let's grab this one, because this one you might be able to see it a little bit better.
Okay, here.
Okay. We had a very humid year, or couple of weeks, and unfortunately my one smudge stick got all kinds of mold on it. So...
And Zigzag is trying to say hello to the
hi,
world.
Zigzag, honey.
This is our Maine Coon cat. Zigzag, tell him look up here. Zigzag. He came with the house. That's right. Honey. That's right. We inherited a cat when we got the house. So, anyway, sorry.
Don't mind the
your moldy
background noise. We do have hunters, and they're just getting ready for first hunting season.
Yeah, a lot of target practice.
Yep. Okay. But yeah. So when you're drawing, especially smudge sticks, anything that's going to be tightly bunched like this, you want to make sure it's in a dry, well-ventilated area. And if you have a rainy season like what we just had when I hung these, then put them in a room where you can have a dehumidifier in it, and that should help get rid of a lot of the extra moisture in the air so that the mold can be prevented. So even I make mistakes, or things I don't think about. So what I'll do with these is I'll just put them back in the compost and let them decompose and go back into the earth for next year's harvest.
You know, that's how we learn. We make mistakes.
Well,
especially environment, but you've got a lot going on, so you really didn't make a mistake.
No, I didn't.
You spaced so much with what you got going on.
You're absolutely right.
Okay, so
okay, we're gonna give Tip a break from the camera for a minute since
I got work to do.
Yeah, he's got other things to do, but at this point I really don't need him, so we're gonna move that out of the way. Okay, now back to more information. First of all, when getting involved in herbs, let's make this as simple as possible. You're going to want a notebook of some kind. I just have a 3-ring binder that I have sectioned off with dividers for different aspects. I've got everything from herbs to recipes, which herbs, both the medicinal and spiritual qualities of each herb. So we do have that going. But also, whatever works for you. It can be a 3-ring binder. It can be one of those little composition books you can get at the store for $1. I mean, start with whatever you're comfortable with. Getting into herbs does not have to be, or the herbal aspect of witchcraft does not have to cost you a fortune. I started off with simple jars. I found these at a yard sale. I absolutely fell in love with them, but this was, God, ages ago. And the herbs I started off with were the poke root, frankincense, vervain, sandalwood, chamomile, and the rose petals. The rose petals because that's what I grew. Rose petals are great for love spells, whether for you to enhance the love and bond in a current relationship that you already have. So those are good for that, but you really don't even need to go out and buy anything like this. Simple kitchen herbs: cinnamon, luck and money, success, powdered sage. Can't get a smudge stick, don't have a smudge stick, put a little bit of this in a little crock pot full of water and let it sit all day, and then sprinkle some of that around using your fingers, and perfect house protection and cleansing. So, I mean, there's no reason that being a witch has to cost a lot of money. Believe me. It took me, you saw my cabinet, it took me years to collect this amount of herbs. A simple shelf, I saw a post in POTC the other day about it. It was gorgeous for the small amount of herbs she had. And you don't even need all that. Your kitchen spice cabinet will work for that. Okay, enough on that. I could go on and on about how little money you actually do need to even get started on this. But that's not the goal for today. So, move my smudge sticks out of the way. Okay, so we're going to, I do have some of the roses I harvested from my garden about a month or so ago now, and went ahead and dried them off. And I'm going to just, let's see, I want a smaller jar. Okay, we'll come back to that. But basically, I'll just pluck the heads off with the little green leaves still around them. Just pluck them. No big deal. Just pluck them. And we'll do that. Now the chamomile and the sage I have over here, we'll go ahead and, actually I want to do an infused oil anyhow, because I do need to make some more for the salve that I've got, or that I do make. So, oh, that's for the sage. Okay, scratch that, my brain. The sage, we're doing an infused oil for cooking, salad dressings, garnish, marinades, whatever. So we'll take the dried sage we got and either just break it up with your hands. With doing infused oils, you want really to have dry herbs. I've done it with both dry and fresh and have had success. But a lot of reasons, a lot of witches, botanists, herbalists will disagree on that, because with the water content that is naturally found in the herbs, it will in fact, or can, cause bacteria to form in the oil. The water will separate from the oil, and that's when the spoilage occurs. So you really want to eliminate as much water as possible from this. So we'll just go ahead and break up this a little bit more. I hope this smells wonderful. And again, like I said, with the sage, you can make smudge sticks as well, but make sure you're going to do that in a dry area. Okay. I'm just going to start off with a little bit. And I'm going to use grapeseed oil for this base. It's great for cooking. You can even use this as a massage oil. And do not, however, use it as an infused essential oil, because it's a completely different process. We will go into that a little later on. I just wanted to mention it because I do see a lot of posts and a lot of references for how to make your own essential oils, and all they're doing is making an infused oil. That is not the same as essential oils. Essential oils are made from steam distillation or cold press, are the two most common methods for extracting the essential oils out of plants and fruits, barks, etc. So I'll go ahead and leave this. I'm going to cap it tightly. Go ahead and shake it up a little bit. You want the herbs to be covered with the oil. You want to make sure of that. You don't want them too packed in too tight. You want the oil to get all the way around. So I'm going to do that. And we're also, whoops, thought I was prepared here, going to label this on the lid. That's why I love canning jars for this. You can just write right on the label. Whoops, yeah. I'm labeling it as label. Okay, so this is sage. So we're just going to label it. Today's date is the 29th, I believe. I'll double check that. So 8/29, you want to date it. And this will be ready by the end of next month. Now, if it is not strong enough as far as the scent goes for your taste, then it's simple. Just strain these herbs out, which we'll go into all that next month, but basically you'll strain the herbs out, get as much of the oil squeezed out of them as possible, and you will just add this oil to another round of dried herbs. The same oil, it'll give it twice the strength, and you can just continue repeating the process, using the same oil, adding more if needed. Okay, what jars do we use once everything's dried? Okay, simple mason jars with a screw cap. That's about the only thing that these plastic lids they sell are good for. You can use the mason jars with the lids that they come with, but if you're out of the canning jars from canning season or whatever, just reuse them and use the plastic lids. And all we're gonna do, like I said, got these at a yard sale. They are not airtight, unfortunately. However, I could not pass them up, but what I do have is only things in them I've got are things that I use on a regular basis, so they don't stay in there too long anyway. And then I've got these, as long as it's an airtight seal, this one has the rubber on it, that's all that really matters. I've got several different jars, no sense going into all of them. And the rose petals we were plucking earlier, we're just going to put them into the jar. And you know what, we're just gonna put the leaves and everything in them. I'll cut them up later. I do use as much of the plant as I possibly can. And that's it for this. And again, seal it. Write on it what it is, the date, and as long as it's airtight, it should be good to go for a while. Do, however, check it regularly if you don't use it that often. To check, make sure no moisture's gotten in there, which can happen, just because even glass sweats. But as long as you keep it out of direct sunlight in a cool place, you should be fine. Okay, now the tip has gone through and is coming back through again. I love you.
Sorry.
Have fun. Okay, anyway, before this runs on way further than what I anticipated for this one, let's just leave you with this. Do your own research. Take notes, plenty of them. Make sure you know what you're using. And by all means, enjoy it. Have fun with it. Find a way that works for you. Do not just go, because I said it works this way for me, it may not work that way for you. Our paths are all different. It is our individual choice. Anybody that tells you differently needs their heads examined. There is more than one way to do everything. Have a most magical day, everybody, and we'll see you next time.